Welcome to Calculus Homework, page 197. Let's start with number 25. Notice we have the derivative defined and we've got shell chocolate. So start by finding the derivative of your shell. 3x minus 5, x squared plus 2 to the second power. That was the derivative of the shell. The chocolate is a quotient, so I feel a song coming on. Sing with me. Low, D, high, minus high, D, low. Square the bottom and away we go. Sorry, that kind of collided there. All right, and let's go ahead and distribute the x squared plus 2 minus 2x squared minus 10x. So we're going to get 3x minus 5 squared over x squared plus 2 squared. And then our quotient rule is going to give us x squared, take away 2x squared is negative x squared minus 10x plus 2. And this is x squared plus 2 squared here. My thinking is probably if this were a multiple choice question on the AP, they would want us to factor out a -1 here. I don't think this factors, so you're going to end up with 3 times -1, -3, x minus 5 squared, x squared plus 10x minus 2 on the top. In the bottom, we had x squared plus 2 squared plus another one, so that'll be x squared plus 2 to the 4th power. And that finishes that problem. That's your derivative. Next problem. Our shell is a square root or a half power. So let's do our derivative first of all of the shell. And then the derivative of the chocolate. I feel a song. Low, D, high, minus high, D, low. Square the bottom and away we go. And now we can go ahead and start finishing things up. Notice this is a negative exponent. That means we can flip things over and the exponents become positive. Distribute 2x minus 4 minus 2x minus 3. That gives you -7 over x minus 2 squared. I notice that these two things, they cancel. We have more on the bottom, so this is going to become x to the 1½ or x to the 3/2. So we're going to get -7 over 2 this to the half power, or 2x plus 3. And then this is x to the 3 half power. You could leave it like that and get it correct, or you could also go ahead and do a square root, x minus 2 to the third power. If this were a multiple choice question, you would just get them to match whichever choice they had. Alright, 27. Our shell is x squared minus 3x plus 1 to the half power. So our derivative is going to be the derivative of the shell. Of course, we decrease that by 1, so that gives us that, times the derivative of the chocolate, which is 2x minus 3. So I am thinking this is going to stay in the numerator. Our denominator will have a 2, and then since this is a negative exponent, we will flip it to the bottom where the exponent will become positive. You could either call that half power or leave it square root. That will be your answer. Last one now. Our shell is a cube root. So our derivative is, first of all, we do the derivative of the shell. And of course we decrease this by 1, which makes that negative 2/3, times the derivative of the chocolate, which is 18x. Now we can simplify. This 3 cancels the 18 6 times. So that's 6x. And then we can move this to the bottom. You can call it 9x squared plus 4 to the positive 2/3. Or we can call this 6x cube root 9x squared plus 4 squared. Now some folks might think that we could factor that, but is that a difference of two perfect squares? You're correct. That is the sum of two perfect squares, and that cannot be factored. So this is our final answer. And that concludes our homework for tonight. I hope you enjoyed doing your homework, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks for watching.